Pronouns. It's one of the big questions that people have after they see my video about testosterone, and maybe if they missed the initial non-binary video a while back updating pronouns to they, she. Right now, currently still using they, she. Totally fine with it. It feels like a good fit, and I don't mind not correcting strangers. It's just not a priority for me right now. I know that it's a priority for some people, and for some people it's really painful to be misgendered. For me right now, not a huge issue. So not a lot of pressure. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing this so publicly, is that I'm not feeling very sensitive. I'm not feeling very tender or vulnerable around people making mistakes or getting things wrong. It's not really bothering me right now. So that's why I am showing up in this way. To give my friends and family the opportunity to get it wrong on someone who can handle it. I think it's better to get it wrong on somebody who can handle it than it is to get it wrong on somebody who is having a harder time dealing with things, or who might have stronger feelings around this specific subject. So for me, still using they, she. I do really like that. I do think that I will probably end up using he, him eventually. Maybe a they in there somewhere. I don't know yet. That's part of the process for me, is going to be figuring out where I'm landing. I have not updated my pronouns at work specifically because I love my job and I love my coworkers, and I don't want to have to do this more than once or maybe twice max. It's gonna be a journey, and I would rather not confuse them. So at work, still using she, her, and that is totally fine. Here's where it gets a little bit complicated, because there's things that hurt your feelings or things that are dysphoric, and then there are things that are euphoric. And for me, he, him is not really euphoric yet. It's not something that I feel very, very strongly about. However, masculine terms, gender neutral terms, I do enjoy sometimes. So I don't love being called girl, woman, wife, things like that, by anybody other than the person who owns that relationship, if that makes sense. So like my husband calling me his wife doesn't bother me. Anybody else calling me my husband's wife? Absolutely not. I don't like it. But that's been for a long time, before the gender stuff like exploded. I think it's fun to use vintage endearments and compliments. I use old boy. I think that's funny. Just kind of playing around with it. I've used dude for years. Dude feels very gender neutral to me. I don't really connect with boyhood, weirdly enough, that I feel too old, and not in like a, oh man, I feel like I'm too old and I missed my chance. It's like I have no interest in boyhood. That is not something that holds a lot of power or fun for me. I'm not interested in it. So if you think of me as like a little like woodland creature who is a granddad, that's probably going to push you in the right direction. Now, compliment wise, I'm not sure how I feel about physical compliments yet, because honestly, I have blocked so many people from my page. Let me back that up. I have blocked so many straight men from my pages for the most basic compliments about my appearance. I just don't enjoy them, and so I just kick them off. If there's no indication that they are queer at all, they're gone. They're out of here. I am interested to see, as I go along, if I will be more comfortable being objectified or even sexualized in a public manner, because until now I have not been comfortable, and I don't know if that'll change, but we'll see. So compliment wise, again, little mouse in the woods with little glasses, and a book and a basket of raspberries. That's probably gonna point you in the right direction. Alternatively, anything that you might say about a hobbit would also probably fit. So one of the biggest things that I'm doing here is figuring out things in real time in front of people. So all of these things are subject to change. This is more of a State of the Union status report, progress update of, if anything. So keep that in mind, and I'm glad you're here, and just be nice and have good intentions, and you'll do fine.